Let us make the crown. Now, because we're not doing the inner components of the dial, we're only going to make this shaft length up to a point where it aligns with the inner face of the middle case. So let's just dive right into it. You know the drill. Go to CATIA, open mechanical design, part design, name it the crown, hide the planes, and insert an axis system. We are sketching the ZX plane. You're going to select profile and start at the origin. I'm going to zoom in because once again the measurements are small. Make sure all your lines are either vertical or horizontal, and you're just going to make a shape similar to this. And back to where you started. Double click on constraints, start with this line. Then the distance between this length here and this horizontal axis. Then we have this vertical line. For horizontal lines, we have this one here. And lastly, the distance between this vertical line and this vertical line, like so. Now let's specify them. We'll start with the smaller lines. So this one is 2.5. Then we have this is 3, 4. This line is 1.5. And this line is 0.9. So basically, we made a hole in the middle case, which was 1.8 in diameter. So that's why we have the radius of 0.9 here. And then if you remember, this distance between this face and this face should cover the outer part of that pocket, of that pad we made. And that was the 3 in diameter, so we have 1.5. And finally, this is going to be 3.15. Now that we have fully constrained our sketch, we can exit the workbench and create a shaft. The axis is the x-axis. And select OK. Now select once again the ZX plane, sketch, and make a simple rectangle here. We need to make a groove or a slot here. So select this outer, this width, and you're going to project that as a construction element. Now the distance between this line and the middle of this line is 0.5. Then the distance between the bottom line and this edge is also 0.5. The other elements doesn't matter as long as they are outside of the perimeter of this object. Then exit the workbench and we're going to select slot. This is the sketch. And then the center curve is this edge. Preview and select OK. Now select this face, the newly created face, and sketch it. Select the outer radius project 3D elements as construction element, and create a line which is at an angle of 30 degrees with this vertical axis. Go back to standard element. So we'll constrain the angle between this and the vertical axis here to be 30, and the depth to be 0.3. From this point to this circle, that vertical distance is 0.3. Select the line and mirror it using the Z-axis. Exit. Create a pocket up to last. Have that pocket, select OK. And then we're going to insert a circular pattern, complete crown. We can start with 40, 45. And it's about the x-axis. So for reference element, select the x-axis. And we've done this before, so now you know we just need this point to align together to make that V shape. So we're going to add more instances until they connect. That's it, and select OK. We can now add some edge fillet. Select this. Try 0.1. Select 0.1 and OK. Then this outer edge, as well as this edge here. So you're going to Control hold and select both edges. And insert dress up features edge fillet. And 0.1 once again. Okay, now if you look at this crown, we have the Rolex logo crown here with 3 dots below it. So go to Start, Mechanical Design, and select Drafting. Select OK. And you can go online and search for this image logo anywhere, preferably one with a transparent background or white. And this is what you're going to insert in this drawing. So go to Insert, Picture, and then you're going to choose a spot right here and click. I'm going to reduce this size and then zoom in. We can start by creating this circle. We're going to trace this image. So select circle using center and radius, and just approximate where you think the center of this circle is, and draw out a circle. Then you can adjust it to fit. Like so. It doesn't have to be super accurate. And now you can just copy and paste. So Control C, Control V. And now if you move this object, you can see we have this extra one. So we move this. Right here. Once again, Control V. Move this. Repeat the process for all the 5. Okay. Now we can trace the lines. Select line. Actually, I'm going to double click on that so I don't have to reselect every time. Approximate where it's ending. I'm going to fast forward this part, but basically you're tracing all the lines. Once the lines are done, you're going to select an ellipse. And right about where you think the line of tangent is going to lie, you're going to select a center here. And then drag out the width. Adjust it to fit. Like so. Now let's make sure that this line and this line are both touching the ellipse. Then we're gonna add tangency between this line and this ellipse. Same to the other side. Like so. Now select quick trim and trim off the upper side. Then zoom in on this connection point, because as you can see, we still have extra line here. So trim that one off so that they are coincident here. Go to the other side as well. Quick trim, trim off the line, and we have smooth connection. Lastly, we have this ellipse. You're going to adjust it to fit. like so. Then as you can see here, you don't have one continuation. That's because you haven't trimmed off these circles. So double click on trim. Trim each and every one of them. Okay, now that we have that, you can now delete this image. And this is what you're left with. So select everything. And then copy. Then go back to the crown and select this face, sketch, and paste it here. So first you can just drag it closer to where your object is. So select scale and select this center. Deselect the duplication mode. We don't need double. And then 0.1. Select OK. Then move it and try to align it to where we saw it in the picture here. We can scale it down a little bit. Maybe 0.8. Like so. Then you're going to create a circle. And it's going to be 0.05 in radius. Don't know, maybe that's too small. Let's see 0.5, sorry, 0.5. 0.1. 0.1 in radius. Create another one on the side. Once again, 0.1. And you can drag this where you want it. We're going to bring this down a little bit. And this one, like so. And then you can mirror that using this vertical axis. So cross-examine your sketch to make sure that there is no discontinuities, and exit the workbench. Then you can create a pad now. 0.1. And select OK. If you did everything right, you shouldn't have any errors. If you experience any errors, then please just go back to where you are sketching it at the draft and redo it or recheck the connections. So this is what we have. I'm actually going to go back to the color it was initially so we can see it better. So it is raised. We can start by filleting these 3 dots so it looks like there are some small spheres. Insert, dress up feature, edge fillet, and then select the top edge of each of these three. Point 1, it is a constant edge fillet, and then preview. So you can see it goes all the way down, and select OK. So now we have these small spheres. Next, the order of these fillets are very important. So you want to start with these top edges, these sharp edges, because once you create a fillet, it automatically joins with the other surfaces, and we are not going to be, if we start with these circles, we are going to have errors when filleting these sharp edges. So select this and Control hold all the top ones. Like that. So of course this fillet has to be smaller, so we can try 0.05. Say trim ribbons. Let's try 0.01. Change this to quarter length and select OK. Okay, that's fine. Next, we're going to select the bottom edges. Right, once you have that, once again insert dress up features, edge fillet, and then this can be a bit larger. You can type 0.03 and zoom in to check. So this the 0.03 goes up to this point. I think that's reasonable. Then we have this section here. We can select both the top and the bottom edge. Insert another fillet. And I'm going to select, start with 0.5 and check. 0.05. .03. Select OK. Lastly, now we can select the circles, and we're only going to select the top edge. Insert another fillet, and we want to make this quarter length. We want it to be, the distance for the fillet to be uniform all the way around. Let's tab 0.1. So we want also this to appear kind of like a sphere, so it's going almost all the way down. Let's see what 0.15 does. That is definitely too large. Yep. Let's reduce that. 0.12. Select OK. And then we have created also those sphere, like they only have a very small flat surface at the top. You can now add a material, which is steel. Now the last thing we're going to do here is to create, you remember we created a rib where this winding crown is going to go. So of course we need to groove out the similar pattern here. So we're going to use publication to achieve this. We don't need to recreate these sketches. So open the middle case, the one that we created. And this is the part we are talking about, this thread. So now, because this is an outer thread, on this crown we need to have an inner thread. And you can just select the sketches associated with that. So we had this axis system here. And then if you look at the rib, it's being controlled by this sketch and this helix. So we're going to select those three elements. Oh, sorry, and there's also another profile we created in here. There's a small pocket that we created here. But we can just ignore the pocket. So let's select these three: sketch, helix, and axis system 2. Go to tools and select publication. Select yes. So these three, and select OK. You can find them here. Then save. Then we're going to select all three and copy. Go back to our part. And we're going to insert a new body. Define in work object. And we're going to select paste special as result with link and select OK. Now all those three elements have been pasted here. So you can create the rib once again using, we have the sketch, which is this tiny circle here. And then this helix is our center curve. Preview and select OK. Now we can use axis to axis to bring this to our new body. So let's show this initial axis system. Go to insert, transformation features, and select axis to axis. Select yes. So our reference is this axis system 2 and our target is this axis system 1. Select OK and boom, it comes here. So now you can hide this axis. Go to insert, boolean operations, remove. So we are removing this body 2, the rib we created from part body. Preview and select OK. Now we have created the same profile we have in the middle case inside here, so it can wind down on it. Now hide this axis system. And I would say our crown is complete. So our watch part is complete. Now we are going to do the bracelet next, and we're going to create the end link, the links, and also the easy link, and lastly the clasp. So I hope you stick around to the end, and I hope you've enjoyed so far. If you have any questions or if you run into any errors, feel free to drop a comment below and I'll be able to assist you, or somebody else who will see your comment can assist you. So see you in the next episode.